Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for the stay.
What up, YouTube and TikTok fam? Good news, I did get a response from their Twitter support account. They are moving my inquiry to the top of the list, so cross your fingers. I should have my TikTok back soon. So that's good news, but hey, don't stop what I said in the previous post. Please send the messages and get it out there that I am missed. People do want to see me back on TikTok, so do me that solid. But the reason I'm posting today is because I got sent an absolutely mind-boggling document from a gentleman. I'll put his name in the comments after this and then cite the source. But it was absolutely mind-blowing. Crazy stuff. It's called the Ascension Dictionary. And this is kind of a quick overview of what it covers. I haven't even tapped into the full book yet, but wow. Where they get this information, it's beyond me. But it's absolutely amazing stuff that I perceive as a good chance it's real. And it aligns with a lot of the way we think, a lot of our beliefs, I imagine, when it comes to like the Buseji Mountain Secrets and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and start. It's called, it says The Histories of the Human Race, The Truth. This is just a preface of the content. So the Guardian Alliance, an immense group of beings who reside in a myriad of locations throughout the time matrix. They are a member of the Interdimensional Association of the Free World, IAFW. IAFW members consist of biological, below 7th dimension, etheric, 7th dimension to 9th dimension, and light beings, 10th dimension, 15th to the 15th dimension. Administrators of the IAFW and the Guardian Alliance are beings of pure immense metamaths consciousness, pure immense metamaths consciousness, and they are guardians of the cosmic matrix. The cosmic matrix equals the energy matrix plus the time matrix. Okay, I know it sounds intense, but once I get to reading it, just aside from all this stuff, wow, what a crazy story. So, geomantic entities, 16 dimension and above, reside in only the energy matrix, so completely light beings. These energies viewed from 3D world would only appear as geometric shapes made of living light. Okay, the fall. Current Earth is in HU1, which is, I'm saying, like World 1 or Dimension 1. Not Dimension, but Time Matrix 1. Tara, Tara, is in HU2, and Gaia is in HU3. So these are all Earth, y'all. So it's Earth, and where we're at, Tara is also Earth in another dimension, and Gaia is Earth in another dimension. Okay? So this is the beginning. Project Tyranesium, or Project T1. This began 560 million years ago. Okay? So many ETs plus meta-ETs created a master race to serve as guardians of planet Tara. The founders of Project T1 equals the 3D meta beings from HU4 and HU5, so actually must be galaxies. Galaxies 4 and 5, Lyrians, Galaxy 3, seed race of T1 Syrian Council. And then HU2, 3D directors / overseers of the T1 Elohim. So these race of beings created by Lyrians to oversee the Syrian races in HU2, which is Tara. So T1 is made up of 12 sub-races. So Project Turanesium 1 or T1, I imagine that's the project we're a part of. 12 sub-races, okay? So there's 12 sub-races in our actual tier. Okay? And these sub-races are the Brahman, Graham, Atoni. Their names are different. Trinitan, Azertan, Celtos, Adami, Uterans, Ceres, Nexacti, and then the Melchizedek. Weird names. Sorry, it gets better, guys. I know this is kind of dense stuff, but it gets better. So, manipulation and interbreeding by unrelated ET races caused a major digression or division. So, the project had to split into two main strains. The Alanians and the Lumians. Okay, this is where it gets cool. The Alanians. What does that sound like? Atlanteans. And the Lumians. What does that sound like? Lumerians. Okay? So, basically, what happened is an unrelated ET species, which I'm sure are most likely either the Greys or the Draconians, because they're the evil faction. They come in and they interbred. This could be the Book of Enoch when the angels come down. Okay? Unrelated ETs. They come down and they breed with us, throwing off the whole thing. So they had to split the project into two main strains of race. The Atlanteans, or the Alanians, Alanians. That's what they have it as. And Lumians, Lumians. So I'm saying that's the Atlanteans and Lemurians. I'm like 99% sure. Okay? So, the Alanians sought counsel over the Luminians, experimented with power generation through Tara's core. Tara was Earth, millions of years ago. Okay? Lumians asked for assistance from the Syrian Council, HU2, and Elohim, HU3. The Lumians set up Council of Mu, Mother Earth, moved large numbers across the ocean to a small continent with tiny, simple, and an unorganized culture. Continent name, Mu, Mother Earth. So that is the Lemurian culture, which actually, okay, so I'm going to go there later. So the Elohim interbred with the Lemurians to purify the genes. The new strain, called the Ceres, went on to become the priesthood of Mu. The Alanians, 3D Templar solar initiates, combined forces with the Anunnaki and refused to listen to the Syrian Council. Okay? So the Alanians end up joining forces with the Anunnaki, and they refused to listen to Syrian Council. Okay? The Syrian Anunnaki opposed and were the anti-Syrian Council. Group of Atlanteans not happy with the Temp Solar defected to Mother Earth, or Mu. So the Ceres and Lemurians interbred with these Atlanteans, new breed known as the priesthood of Ur. So then there was a war, the Syrian Rebellion War. Priesthood of Ur lost the battle to Temp Solar and retreated to underground. Impairing Terra Grid implosion. Many evaded to other star systems. Okay? So, this is the implosion of our planet prior to when it was Earth. It's confusing, but all the breeding and all the bullcrap, try to throw that out. So basically, where I'm at is 560 million years ago, they created our project. It was made up of 12 sub-races. Okay? Well, an unrelated ET joined in and started messing with the genetics, because there's two factions fighting: the good one and the evil one. It's actually the Guardian Alliance, and then there's the Draconians and other, most likely the Greys, and it is the Greys. It's from the Zeta Reticuli system that are opposing it. Okay, so basically the Atlanteans and Lemurians start fighting, and then a Terra grid implosion happens. Now listen to this: the Terra Cataclysm. 550 million years ago, Atlantean deep underground power crystals exploded. The Terra grid blown apart. Terra detached from morphogenetic grid. Terra was now missing portions of its grid, could not continue evolution/ascension to HU3 to merge with Gaia Dimension 7. It was frozen in time tracks until repaired. The fragments of the grid that fell apart fell in vibration, and it got sucked through a black hole at the center of Tara's sun, and re-emerged in a galaxy, HU1, our galaxy. These fragments broke up into 12 pieces, which densified into planets. So Tara was a massive planet, okay? And there was a war on it, and a power crystal exploded, sending it into a black hole. It blew up and came out into our galaxy and made up 12 planets, alright? This is crazy. So these fragments broke up into 12 pieces, which densified into planets, HU1. 500.
So HU1, or HU, stands for Harmonic Universe. Excuse me. Harmonic Universe 1, which I'm going to say means more or less there's multiple universes out there. Okay? So you have multiple galaxies within the universe. So there must be, when you go through a black hole, you pop out into the next harmonic universe. Crazy.
550 million years ago, our galaxy, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Maldak, which imploded. So Maldak must be the asteroid belt. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, and Nibiru, which has a very long orbit, and the Sun, which was an HU2, or a Galaxy 2 planet that fused with an H1 star. This event is interwoven with other Earth events / history, e.g. fall of man, fall of Adam, the flood. The fallen souls of Tara became trapped in our galaxy, and a rescue mission was required. The rescue mission was formulated by Ceres, which the priests of Ur would implement. Assistance was provided by the Syrians, Pleiadians, Elohim, Lyran, Lumians, Atlanteans, Cirrus. This consortium was known as the Covenant of Palador, working through the HU5, Brenu Rishi, and further assistance by the Metagalactic Corps / Gestalt known as the RA Confederacy. Of the 12 RA subgroups, only 4 approved the rescue mission. The Brigi are currently incarnating into Earth as members of the Ascended Master family of the Vargi. Several other subrace groups also assisting are Azara of HU2 ET race known as the Tsar Confederacy. The Ur Turanets time traveled to Earth HU1 after the fall of Tara, and with help of the Syrian Council transmuted into pure energy, becoming one consciousness, serving as the morphogenic field for the 12 DNA T1 race prototypes on Earth. The morphogenic genetic field of consciousness is known as the sphere of Amenti. Okay? This is crazy. Remember sphere of Amenti. Amenti 3D, part of Tara's core connected to the portals of Mu, on Mu, placed on Earth, would link back Tara's pre-fall time cycles. When grids blow apart, they lose portions of history stored in genetic cellular memory. Without this, the planet cannot evolve/ascend into the next galaxy. So, basically, here it is. Here's a quick overview. Tara was a massive planet in another galaxy. They started a project 560 million years ago on this planet with 12 sub-races. There was another alien faction, an evil one, that interbred and changed the genetic makeup of these 12 sub-races. So they split them into two. The Atlanteans and the Lemurians. Okay? The Atlanteans wanted to control the Lemurians, but the Lemurians weren't having it. So they sought counsel from the Syrian Council. And see, the Atlanteans had already joined forces with the Anunnaki. So they got into a fight with the Lemurians and blew up Tara. Okay? It blew up one of the power crystals powering the planet. It blew it up and it got sucked into a black hole, into our galaxy, and it blew up into 12 basically massive chunks that they said basically formed themselves into an orbit around one massive chunk that fused with a star that became the sun. And that's how we got our 12 planets. They were at one time one planet, but they got blown up in a war. Okay? Between the Atlanteans and Lemurians. And now they're going to do this on Earth. So now they came up with Project Tyrannium 2, T2. So between 250 million years ago and 550 million years ago, many species were seeded by HU1 ETs, plants, animals, insects, also some other beings spent time here. There were wars fought by races who did not want this rescue mission to succeed. So the rescue mission they're talking about is all the souls that were lost and trapped here. Once Earth was secured in the Terranates of the sphere of Amenti, once the Earth was secured by the sphere of Amenti, it began birthing on Earth, the sphere of Amenti. So this must take our souls and incarnate them in the body. This was known as the T2 experiment, the 12-tribe seeding. 5 cloister races emerged known as the Palladorians. These races were less dense and did not possess gender. Their bodies contained 8 DNA strands that were active. They were the guardians for DNA evolution. The 5 cloister races were the Antrians, Renoa, Hibiru, Melchizedeks, and Uniseti. These cloistered races left no remains on Earth, as they were here during an anti-particle universe cycle. The sphere of Amenti, the Hall of Records, a time portal, each planet in our solar system holds a part of Tara's HU2 morphinogenic field. Tara, HU2, cannot ascend to become Gaia in HU3 unless all these planets in our HU1 solar system complete the full manifestation of these morph fields. The pattern of the morph fields appears as a standing wave of blue color with a pale shade of green. This blue flame is Earth's portion of Tara, the staff of Amenti. Earth's own flame is orange gold. Tara's own flame is blue-green, known as the Gates of Ivory, the Pearly Gates. Gaia's own flame is violet gold, and Metagalactic Core's own flame is white gold. So, crazy stuff. I mean, I know it's hard to take, but guys, but just listen, and I'll put the source in the comments.
That's a wild one. I hope you really like it. It's different, it's out there, but it's so intriguing and interesting. My thought is what if it is true? If at least now you have the seed planted in your excuse me. At least now you have the seed planted in your mind. Okay? You're a step ahead of everybody else. I guarantee you way less than 1% of pop knows that story. So, you're welcome. And actually, there's a couple more good-sized sections to it. You know what? I'll go ahead and read it right now. Why not? Okay. Just to make it one episode. Here. Okay. Yeah, not much left. So, we have the Atlantis Holocaust. Okay. So, 9,558 BC, the first major stumbling block to the Guardian race's awakening plan took place. Thoth Enki, Anu Melchizedek, Illuminati humans that took over Brua Atlantis follow initiatives of the Samjaze Luciferian Anunnaki. Luciferian Anunnaki, the Larsa King, which the Larsa King is said to be an ancient Draco that is an albino. These Dracos are very, very rare, and they're very powerful. So, the Illuminati, Luciferian Anunnaki, Larsa King, that took over Lohas Atlantis, sending EM pulse from Brua generator crystals to Giza, causing major flooding via final collapse of firmament in the hydrosuspension field over Nohasa and the Brua Atlantis. The Templar Anu, motivated by the Anunnaki resistance, devised a plan to take control of the Great Pyramid teleport station so the resistance could have free access to the Alcyone spiral. Their plan also included the destruction of the Sphere of Amenti. Using Ankh tools, pirated from the Anu Melchizedeks of Inner Earth, the Templar Anu attempted to direct UHF fifth dimensional energy from the Ankhs through the great crystal generators which still remain operational in the Atlantean Islands, through the Earth's genetic grid and into the Ark of the Covenant portal grid. They intended to send this high-powered electromagnetic pulse through the Ark of the Covenant and into the Sphere of Amenti that was held within a planetary core in the Andromeda galaxy. Their erroneous calculations indicated that if they sent precise EM pulses into the Ark of the Covenant, the Sphere of Amenti could be isolated as a target for destruction. Yeah, right. And the blue flame morphogenetic field for Tara could be released and returned through the Ark of the Covenant to be used as an inexhaustible source of power. With the blue flame staff of Amenti under their control, the Anunnaki resistance could easily orchestrate a massive Earth takeover. But the Templar Anu failed to access the frequency codes used by the Guardians to protectively seal the Sphere of Amenti against such an attack, and that miscalculation became the downfall of Atlantis. Okay, so I'm going to refer back in the same paragraph. With the blue flame staff of Amenti under their control, the Anunnaki resistance could easily orchestrate a massive Earth takeover. But the Templar Anu failed to access the frequency codes used by the Guardians to protectively seal the Sphere of Amenti against such an attack. Okay, so the blue flame staff of Amente under their control. Now let me remind you to tell you something here. And think back. What did Moses have in his clutches when he parted the Red Sea? Yeah, exactly. Another way to validate sources. Think about it. Why would it be in multiple, totally random, totally separate texts? Okay? To me, yeah. That is a true story. Moses was given the staff by the Lord. And yeah, wow. Truly wild. But, wow. Awesome story. This is amazing. I don't know who or what or where found this, but wild. Okay, so that miscalculation became the downfall of Atlantis, okay? So, when the Templar Anu, which is crazy, Templars, sent their destroyer beam EM Pulse through the Ark of the Covenant, the EM Pulse intercepted the sphere of Amente with its security seal. The security seal would not allow the EM Pulse to travel into the Amente sphere, but instead created a double overtone frequency pattern that sent the EM Pulse into a state of fission, which is nuclear fission. So yeah, just so people know. Okay. The exploding energies focused in the Andromeda galaxy quickly refracted off of the security seal on the sphere, replicated and intensified, then projected back down through the Ark of the Covenant, disseminated through the Earth grid, then refocused on their point of origin, the main crystal generator beneath the largest island of Atlantis. The explosions that occurred resulted in yet another tilt of the Earth's axis, shifting of some global land masses, a series of earthquakes and massive flooding in some locations. The flooding was not global as it had been during previous floods. Interesting. The Giza teleport station was again thrown out of alignment as the Earth's vortex beneath it, Earth's heart chakra, no longer energetically lined up properly with the Alcyone spiral. I'm thinking this Alcyone spiral, okay, is something like a DNA helix or DNA double helix, if you will. So that's how I envision it. After the explosions beneath Atlantis ceased, the Syrian Council ordered the Syrian Blue Race to remove the crystal generators which had not exploded. The massive crystals were dredged from the ocean floor and returned to Sirius B. Crazy. It's like mind-boggling. Sorry, folks. With the removal of the crystals, humanity's technological abilities were thrown back into the Dark Ages, and the once glorious civilizations of Earth were reduced to primitive organizations based upon survival concerns and built through manual labor. No more Ankh energy. Wow. So, 9,540 BC. Following the deluge, the RA Confederacy, Elohim others, altered Earth's morphogenic field, creating a natural frequency fence which did not allow 4D to plug in to 3D. Also, all interstellar portals were deactivated. All ETs were put on a hands-off, non-interference, and Earth was quarantined. The frequency fence allowed the Elohim to favor the frequency fence allowed the Elohim to favor their own kind, Hebrew cloister race, and the Syrian Egyptians. Third DNA strand manifested without 7 to 12 base tones, resulting in genetic mutation.